today. From FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Alex Smith and the Washington football team taking on Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Well, we've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Washington football team. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by a man who's taken a long and courageous road back to the NFL, their veteran quarterback, Alex Smith.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some
snacks.
I was just going to
say.
That's where I go.
Play action. It's Smith. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Throwing again. Smith. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot. Yardage after the catch, but in this situation the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now Smith. This is caught by his tight end Logan Thomas, and he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Smith throwing again. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. So now the Chiefs go on offense in great starting field position. They'll be led out by the MVP of the National Football League in 2018, the former Texas Tech Red Raider Patrick Mahomes.
If you just break it down in individual terms, he played really well last week. 0 interceptions, 3 touchdown passes. Not a whole lot more he could have done to win that game. But you know something's funny, when we talked to him, all he focused on were throws he missed, other opportunities that didn't get done.
Good sign of a leader.
Great sign of a leader, because they didn't win, and that's all he cares about.
And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And this time not as successful, as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
No gain on the play.
If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing, because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. Strong coverage by Washington. And now 4th down.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage. Able to knock that one away.
Butker's kick here is good. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead.
Chiefs 3, Washington 0.
Never ideal conditions in the snow for a kicker, but the first test on the opening drive, he passed it.
He certainly did. You know what the unit told me was their biggest issue playing in the snow? You just worry about something getting in your eye as the ball is snapped, and then you might miss it, and there goes 3 points off the board.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
Alex Smith in the offense heading out for their next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Smith. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
On 2nd down now, it's Gibson, and he'll be tackled at about the 35.
Gibson, the ball carrier.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels. That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Working from the gun, Mahomes gets this one to Hill. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
1st down, Chiefs.
Now here's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. 7 yards, the pickup there.
To Travis Kelce.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. To throw again on second down. Mahomes completes it to Hardman. 7 yards there and a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it. Occasionally, you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Mahomes complete to his tight end. It's Kelce. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And it's 3rd down.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Strong coverage by Washington. And now 4th down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs. Able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And all the gamble fails. It's incomplete. They'll run on 1st down. Gibson. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. The numbers for him from a week ago: 12 carries, 62 yards, and a touchdown.
How about the first month of the season for him? He leads the league in rushing, so you know his confidence is at an all-time high, which means his offensive line loves it too. They'll get more opportunities to run block for him.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Smith off to Thomas on the left side. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Smith on 3rd down. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Washington.
7. Yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
At the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Smith. Short throw to the tight end Thomas. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Again, Smith. The pass complete to Hakeem Butler. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 42. 15 yards the pickup. 1st down, Washington.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 42-yard line. To the air again, Smith. On the right side, caught by Green. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
More yards.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front and create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Three yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. 4. Out of the gun, Smith. And he finds McLaurin. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Washington, nothing.
They'll run with Barber, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Touchdown. Peyton Barber, his 4th touchdown on the year. And Washington has taken the lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he's... all the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Here's Mecole Hardman. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
On the return, the Chiefs take over 1st and 10. At their own 20.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. Well, September sure treated him kindly. Now we flip over to October. Any reason to think that those numbers drop, or can he keep the pace up?
Well, he can keep the pace up, but it's going to get a lot more difficult now. To me, it's a lot like baseball, all right? When guys, when they first hit the league, whether it's a pitcher or a hitter, and they go through the league the first time and they're hot, people are going, wow, what a phenom. Then they get tape on them. They get scouting reports. They start to do different things. Let's see if he's going to adapt and expand his game in order to keep up that type of production.
That's a good call because he's a known entity. See how they defend him going forward. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 32-yard line.
47 is the mic. 47 is the mic.
Mahomes now to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And he will have a Chiefs first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he showed a nice little juke, but then the window quickly closed.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
2nd and 5 at the 45-yard line.
Now Edwards-Helaire. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the ball carrier.
Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
The Chiefs on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So here's Washington now to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Smith. This is brought in by Gibson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Smith. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and it's 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
first down. It's Gibson, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 more there and another first down.
10 more yards.
I actually love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Smith. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll run on first down. Gibson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
Throwing is Smith. His pass caught at the 4. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal.
Shy of the goal line. A gain of 8 brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They'll run with Barber. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Peyton Barber with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And Washington going to add on to their lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that pushes the lead up. to 11.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Here's Hardman on the return.
Mecole Hardman on the return. The Chiefs take over 1st and 10. At their own 20.
And now here comes Kansas City. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And 9.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Mahomes going to throw. He'll find Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. This would be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Here's Tommy Townsend now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field. Again. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the 2nd quarter. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. Touchdown, Washington! Terry McLaurin with touchdown number 7 on the year. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And it's 21-3. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able... Hit paid early.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Here's Hardman on the return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
On the return, the Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 24.
The KC offense and Clyde Edwards-Helaire getting the ball back here. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes. You just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
23-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now 3rd down.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Going to be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
On 1st down, it's Gibson, and that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Ball carrier. He was brought down at the 45-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
2 yards, good enough for a first. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. He got 29 yards that time. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. To throw is Smith. And caught right side, Green. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Gibson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. 5 plays there on that drive. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Here's Hardman on the return. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
On the return, the Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 20.
The KC offense and Clyde Edwards-Helaire getting the ball back here. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that? Well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Mahomes now on first down. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he'll look underneath here for Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Mahomes again. Caught, Kelsey, left side. Not much there, only a yard. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations, quite the accomplishment. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes, and that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Edwards-Helaire, incomplete. It's 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
They'll the 39 here for a first. This is third down. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. He'll drop that off to Edwards-Helaire. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too, in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll get started over at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. And it's the Saints who are out in front as that inches closer to halftime. 2 touchdown passes there for the venerable one, Drew Brees. From there, let's get to Philadelphia as we check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, over 100 yards on the afternoon thus far with a touchdown run as well. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting New England Patriots. Devontae Parker, a touchdown reception. In the game you're watching, it's been the veteran Alex Smith with a strong first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Here's Hardman on the return. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard.
Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Second half starts with a run by Edwards-Helaire. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Third down.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is taken around the 12. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And out will come the offense as they take over. First possession of the second half now for Washington. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. On first down, it's Smith. He'll find Gibson here complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 21-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
The tackle made at the
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Smith. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down, and that catch also puts him at 150 yards receiving now for the game. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should. Be right, because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch screen, check the eagle.
Off of play action, here's Smith. Green with a catch left side. Touchdown, Washington! A.J. Green, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. Now he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive of 4 plays. And it was polished off by a Washington team. Touchdown.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Here's Hardman on the return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 29.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm. A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap? Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not only a lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And going deep for Hill. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
Ball carrier.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver, but he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check, 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 check.
Now it's Smith. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup. First down.
Washington. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. It's a gain of 35.
You can feel the effort all the way up here. He tried his best to get there. Didn't quite make it, but down around the 2-3 yard line. Got to love the effort, and especially the big play that gave his offense a great opportunity.
Here's Smith. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass. Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A 3-yard touchdown run. And this Washington offense continuing to add to their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back. He's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he has the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's Peyton Barber that polishes it all off with a touchdown scamper.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Here's Hardman on the return. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
KC's offense ready to take over. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
That catch good for only a couple.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8.
What we got? 555, 555. Here we go. Hey, check right.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Gets this one to Hill. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
What you talking about, ref?
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Mahomes now to throw. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Mahomes. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Montez Sweat. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10.
Now it's Smith off the bootleg. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Check out, read. Check 3, check 3. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
To throw again, Smith. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They snap it to Smith. And my goodness, this is incomplete.
Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out.
And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you punt the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means He's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Let me what you got.
Mahomes now on first down. Taking a deep shot here. This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. His pass caught at the 4. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll make this a second down.
Everyone, you got 4 down.
Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. This is 3rd and 4. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown.
Pass complete to number 10.
Tyreek Hill, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And it may only be for pride now, but the Chiefs get a bit closer.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
From the 6.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And we get a glance here, Charles, at his 2 touchdown runs.
And, partner, have you ever noticed that when someone scores a second time, they have a little bit of extra pep in their step? It's always, they're always fired up to score. But when you get in twice, it's almost like they're thinking, this could be the start of something really big.
Then you want number 3, right?
Oh, without a doubt. Go get it.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Gibson. Tackle made by Tanner Vallejo.
So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
Antonio Gibson, the ball carrier.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
It'll be a 10-yard return. Following a punt of 45, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now here comes Kansas City.
Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 26.
47 is the mic. 47. Here we go. 47 is the mic, boy. 47. Check. 47. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. Check. 47.
Now Mahomes completes it to Hardman. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
1 yard to go.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He'll find his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass and they get 12 yards out of it.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Mahomes firing complete. And he's got this down to the 35. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And 10 yards to go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They go play fake. Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelce. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. 17-yard line. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another 1st down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes.
That to his running back, Edwards-Helaire.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. In that play, they wound up losing yardage.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
They're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, this defense, man. At this rate, they're just having fun out there right now. And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Washington. Hakeem Butler, an 80-yard touchdown.
And the Washington offense just continuing to pour it on.
As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And Hardman going to go ahead and sit on this one as it'll come out to the 25.
So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 30. Mahomes finding Hill. For a big play, 48 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Mahomes now on first down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Mahomes' pass caught by Watkins. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
47 is the mic. 47 is the mic. Yellow. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. 47 is the mic, boys. 47. Check. 47.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. This will be caught just inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That catch good for only a couple.
2nd and 8 at the 9-yard line.
Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Tyreek Hill
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
brings up 3rd down.
Now it's Mahomes again. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
Washington on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This will be 3rd and 6. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go, defense. 19, Tiger. 19, Tiger. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Smith. Off to Thomas on the left side. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Their confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 45-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Tackle. Made there by Frank Clark.
Down at the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. 50's the mic. 50's the mic. I'm going to run you over. 25.
Smith now to throw. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 18. That one goes for 24 yards. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Get up to 60. Get up to 60.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll stay on the ground with Barber. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
But if you're going to have a relay race, you're probably going to pick your backs and receivers to run it, but don't underestimate the conditioning of the offensive line. They're out there just dictating things, staying on the field, and keeping a long drive going.
Now Smith. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Hopkins' kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further.
Chiefs 10.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And bring this out to the 25. No return there for Hardman. The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense.
They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put... together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
There he goes, right side. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
For the point after.
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
On the ground, it's Barber to start the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Barber, the ball.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Push him back.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all.
Brought down.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 5.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Washington,
they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.